Hello friends, welcome back to this new episode, and in this episode I will show you how to increment and decrement the quantity for the products in our cart page. So let's get started to this video. And if you are new on my channel, please consider to do subscribe on my channel and turn on notification for future updates. So let's go back to our Eclipse IDE, and here our project is running on my browser. So on browser, actually I have one product in our cart item in our cart. So if I go click on this decrement button, so actually it's directing us to a servlet as we done in the last video. So if you didn't watch that video, please go to my playlist and check it out from there, or also check in the I button. So let's go back to this servlet. So where is our servlet? Let's expand our Java resource folder, and this is our servlet folder, and which is quantity increment decrement servlet. This is so far we have done in last time. We need to do something at first with our URL. So the URL we have set in our cart page. So let's go to our cart page, and here you can see. So this is our quantity increment and decrement link and a button. So actually I would like to add some condition here. So let's add some condition, just I mean the query parameter. So question mark, first of all say action, and action equal to inc is means increment, and pass the id. The id is equal to the product id, percentage javascript tag, and c dot get id. So actually we are passing a id here, and same thing do with our increment or decrement. So this is our decrement increment. So first one is our increment and second one is our decrement. Okay, so this one should be decrement. Okay, this decrement, and this one should be our enc increment. So and id equal to c dot get id, and save this page. Let's go to our servlet, refresh our project. So right now we don't have any product, so let's add one product. Go to cart, and just when we'll hover the decrement, so you can see at the left side corner we have an action equal to decrement and id equal to 1. So but there is something wrong actually. Before the id we are seeing a dollar sign. So let's change it. So it should be and, because we are passing multiple query parameter. So save it and save it. Okay, now it's time to work with our servlet. In servlet, first of all I need to retrieve those data. So first of all, let's say the response type, response dot set content type. You can set it text slash html colon, and character set utf-8, character set equal to utf-8. Okay, the error is gone, and now I would like to request that response. So let's start with the try catch block, and inside the try catch I will pass my print writer, Ctrl X and Ctrl V, string, and first one is our action equal to response dot get parameter, sorry, response not request dot get parameter, and which is the action we have passed. And also we pass a integer id equal to, first of all, integer dot parse integer, then say request get parameter, which is id. So actually request dot get parameter actually return as a string, and then we are converting that string to integer. Now let's access our session attribute, which is cart list. Request dot get session dot get attribute, and which is cart list. We have set when we are adding product in our cart servlet. So actually it is returning as a array list. So it's returning as a array list and list of cart, and let's say cart dash list underscore, and cast it as a array list. array list, and pass the definition is cart, and we need to import it, and import java util dot array list, and also import the model, cut model. We are done so far, and now I need to set some condition. First condition, I would like to check that we are getting all parameter from a URL. So let's say, oh shit, action is not equal to null, and id greater than equal to 1. id should be greater than equal to 1, so not 0 also. Now I'm checking that condition. We are getting some action, just action increment and decrement. So within that action, actually we are perform our quantity increment and decrement. So let's say action dot equals, and we are passing increment and do something here. So first of all, we need to find out the product we are getting from the URL with our cart list. So how to do that? So let's start a for loop and start cart c clone cart underscore list. Okay, so now I will compare the product ID, the ID we are getting from the URL. Condition if c dot get ID, because when we are adding a product in our cart list, we are also adding a product ID there. So I'm setting it's equal to ID. Actually, this is the ID we are getting from the URL. So we are telling that if those are same, then we would like to add some action. So let's say in integer quantity c dot get quantity, because we are setting that quantity, and say quantity plus plus. Then c dot set quantity, because we need to set it out in our array list. I mean, we are updating the quantity. So let's say quantity. It will update the quantity, and then it will set to new value to our array list, and it will return. Where it will return? It will return as a response dot send redirect to our cart.jsp page. Seems I'm done with the increment functionality. So let's check it out. It's working or not. So it's reloaded. There is no item on my cart. So just add one item, add another item. So let's go to our cart page. And when I hover on the increment, so at the right corner, you can see it's ID 4 and this one ID is 2. So click on increment. So seems it's returned us to our cart page, but there is no changes we are seeing here. Am I right? We are not seeing any changes to our cart field. Okay, so go to our cart and let's change our value. What is your value? It should be dynamic. Scriptlet tag c dot get quantity. Save it. Now refresh the page. Okay, now you can see our quantity is 2. That means it's working. If I increase it one more time, so now you can see that our quantity is increment to 3, and there's something ugly number here in the price section. Okay, don't worry, I will change it. And also let's check this one. Increment is increment to our quantity 2, quantity 3. Okay, all right. Now let's work on our decrement. So actually I am going to copy this if action, because we are going to perform the same things, but with some different. And here say I would like to add more condition, and c dot get quantity greater than 1. So why this quantity greater than 1? When we will decrement our product quantity, so it will decreasing. When we will come to the 0, then it will return 0, so then minus. So that's the prevention of this checking the quantity inside the quantity. So quantity dot get quantity, and it should be minus, and then it will set the quantity, and it will, I'm breaking it here, and then I'm coming back from the for loop and sending the response. response dot send redirect cart dot JSP page. And then we have a else condition. Okay, if and else. If this if it's not return this condition, then what I have to do? I need to send them back to our cart page, because without that parameter this servlet is not accessible. Things I'm done. Let's check it out. Go back to our page, refresh. There is no product right now because session has been destroyed. Add a few products. Let's go to our cart page, select increment, and we are getting some error which is prevent the fulfilling the request, called send redirect. Okay. Oh, I see. So this is the bad practice of copy and paste. So it should be decrement, and this response should be outside of the for loop. Okay, so that's why I hate copy paste. So it should be decrement, and this one is our increment. So now check it out. Go to our home page, add to cart. We have 3 items added. Then if I click on increment, so it increment. If I increment, so increment. If I click on decrement, so it's decrement. But if I click on decrement again, it won't work. Okay, so if I click on increment, so it increments, decrements, increments. So it seems it's working perfectly. So now we have the issue with our pricing. So there is lots of number after that decimal, so we would like to limit it to 2. So how can I do that? Where is the total price? So this is our total price action. Now let's go to the top of this page and add some condition to format our total price. Page encoding, here is the auth. So let's say decimal format. Okay, decimal format, it's a Java text, import that, and then say DCF equal to new decimal format, and pass the parameter hash dot double hash. So that means the number, and then after that, after the decimal, it will take only 2 parameter. Then set that decimal to a request scope. So request dot set attribute DCF equal to DCF, not equal, it's comma DCF and DCF. Now it's time to come back to our total price. So this is our total price, and we are setting that. So first of all, let's say DCF dot format and pass the total. Okay, otherwise 0. Also in our the price section, we can also add that format. So where is our price? Below, this is our price. So here we can say DCF dot format, and in the double number, just copy it, not copy, Control X, and then go to the price section, paste it here, save it, and go back to my browser and refresh, and we got some error. What is the error? Is line number 47, total price, total DCF. Oh, we did spelling mixed. Control S. Now refresh. Wow, seems perfectly working. So now we can increment our product quantity as much as we want. Okay, so it's not messing up with our price. Wow, super. So friends, I think that's all for this today's tutorial, and in next video I will show you how to remove this one item from our cart. So thank you so much for watching this video, and see you in next video.